All right, and welcome to DACH Open Finals Loser Division. Steamhappy and Joyous versus Joyous Monkey. It's been a ride, and we are not far away from the grand finals already. Just one stage next week. We're gonna be there. It's gonna be exciting, but for now we have this amazing match with 20 players playing against each other. Yeah, what do you think of that? iFlame joining me today.
Yeah, it's our first match of the finals weekend, and one thing about these auction tournaments is you tend to get quite a bit of parity, which we have seen so far. Steam Happy Enjoyers, I believe, just coming off a tiebreaker win. Sorry, that was Joyous Monkey coming off a tiebreaker win against Arsenal in the last round, whereas Steam Happy Enjoyers losing a very, very close one to Roblox Kirby, 6-4 in the semis. So I feel this should be a close one as well. We are into the rolls now, and is going to be second pick here for Joyous Monkey.
Absolutely, we see a lot of players here. Yeah, Joyous Monkey, as you said, has been coming from the winner bracket, barely getting kicked down. No, never mind. It was Steam Happy and Joyous. Yes, Steam Happy and Joyous getting kicked from the winner bracket down to the loser bracket, and Joyous Monkey having quite a ride here, losing already in quarterfinals and getting kicked down to the loser bracket, but yeah, getting through all the way to this point, securing himself quite a high spot already in the tournament. Very strong rosters here.
Yep. We've got Free Mod 1 being protected by Joyous Monkey. No Mod 7 actually protected for Steam Happy Enjoyers. Followed by an HD2 ban, not wanting to play the AR8 into Yolk's Pie. Always a good call there. And we will see what the first ban for Steam Happy Enjoyers is. I'm curious if they want to ban out one of the 3 mods. I could potentially see them opting to ban out something speedier, like the DT2. There it is. I mean, looking at that team, you've got players like Lucrez, and even, let's see, even Cherry Tori, who are quite strong at the speed of Fantrix V2 as well. So any speed map is very scary up against Happy Enjoyers, and we'll be one more ban for each team.
Yeah, absolutely. Very reasonable for the reading bans from Team Joyous Monkey. Although you really cannot count them out there. On paper, they're pretty even on the reading, but as you said, with all these amazing tapping players from Steam Happy Enjoyers, that these bans are very, very obvious, and it's gonna be exciting to see how far this is going to go. I think early on, teams will have their own picks, very secure. But later on, it might get on dangerous territory.
And we'll see if they want to ban out the Free Mod 2. That is the other low AR pick in the pool. I could also see them banning out one of the no mod picks. But we'll see how they feel.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But Fremont not requiring too many skill sets on their own. We have the harder players, the hidden players, maybe an easy player from Extremities from Joyous Monkey. So it might get pretty even there. It's always a little bit of gambling on the free mods, since you never have to rely on 4 reading players or 4 harder players. But you can even it out with, especially with 10-player teams. It can be quite a coin toss.
Certainly can be. It's going to be no mod 5 banned out. So that, I believe, is going to be your speed tech pick, 256 BPM Plastics Riots. I really do not want to play tap in here. And it is going to be first pick for Joyous Monkeys. I would really like to see them save their protected pick for later on in the match. You really don't need to pick it right at the start. You can save it for later on in the match, get some momentum. But a lot of teams do just prefer to put their best map first, get the protected pick out of the way. So we'll see what they opt into here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're taking their time. Not really sure on what to pick at this point. But we will get the pick very soon through. What do you think the first pick is going to be?
It's hard to say for sure with how many options they have, especially this early. I think obviously the protected map always a consideration, but I do think for this Joyous Monkeys team, they could potentially look towards one of the Hard Rocks. Of course, the Hard Rock 2 being protected, but I think the Hard Rock 1 and the Hard Rock 3 could be decent for them as well. And then you could also go towards something like the Nomad 4 instead. Or there looks like they're going to be opting for the Nomad 6 Water Horizon. That's going to be a DACH custom map.
Yes, 191 BPM, AR7. It is Nomad reading 6 stars. Not for everyone, but they seem to be pretty confident in it. And it's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to be looking towards most of the low AR picks in this pool. We're going to be seeing, at the very least, Yolkspy in for this one. I'm wondering if we see Penguins Beanie in for this one as well.
As Extremities joining in, being one of the strongest reading players in the entire tournament. But you also have these amazing players like Sherry Tori, Ethan Tricks, Yogspy Gaby, and so many more. Like, they're so good players in here. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the teams will be built up. So we see Yogspy here, Extremities, both of these players being incredibly strong on the reading. We'll see who will support them.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, there's Gaby hopping to the lobby. I think no surprises there. As again, I mean, both teams do have some strong reading players, but I think Joyous Monkeys should definitely be the favorites on this one. And I think you're generally going to be looking towards Yolkspy and Gaby as the main characters, but you know, with players like Lucrease and Athantrix, you definitely can't count steamhappy enjoyers out.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we see Painted Koala joining as a fourth player of Joyous Monkey. Now we have the full rosters. All the players are getting ready. Any moment the game will start.
Yeah, and with 10 players on each lineup, it's generally going to be a lot easier to fill any given skill set. So I think as a whole, you're slightly less likely to end up getting fourth playered on any given map. But especially on the more niche picks like an AR7, like a Hidden 2 or a Hard Rock 2, it's definitely still possible if you haven't constructed a carefully balanced roster. And here we go into the Hidden 2 now.
Yes. Very short map, less than 2 minutes. So we'll see that, and then we are getting into it. It's all over the place. If you are not much of a reading player, this might even be hard to watch on the stream. It is so many stacked notes here all over the place. You really gotta listen to the written on here.
Yeah, but it's already 3 FCs down for steamhappy enjoyers. Joyous Monkeys still hold down to 3, make that 2 as Gaby and Yolkspy falls now just down to 1, but Hideo has traded it back, so now it is just Extremities holding for Joyous Monkeys. But so far it has been Joyous Monkeys as a whole building up the better combos. They have found misses, but those small combos on a map like this are enough to push that score difference. And with Extremities still holding, Painted Koala on a very, very strong recovery, Joyous Monkeys are already off to a massive lead. There's just no combo whatsoever on steamhappy enjoyers. It is double the score for Joyous Monkeys, and this one might be over before it started.
Yeah, absolutely. This is gonna be... this is already pretty scary looking for steamhappy enjoyers. I don't think they will feel good after that. They definitely know that they have to avoid any type of reading map at this point. Extremity is still seeing it. Painted Koala with the reverse choke here. Yeah, this is looking pretty brutal already, but it is to be expected that they win this pick, and we'll see how the next match will be going already, because I think at this point they have to already consider their picks for the next round, since this one's pretty much over at this point.
Yeah, I think this map really highlighted the importance of that HD2 ban from Steam Happy Enjoyers. Probably would not have gone well for them. Extremities finally does find the miss, but what an impressive score from Extremities. You know, I was really expecting it to be Yolkspie and Koala the main carries, but Extremities put up a very, very strong score, and Painted Qualitas is going to be getting the top score in the lobby, but well done to Extremities as well as Yolkspie on this one. Is take that in decisive fashion as expected. It was their first pick. I don't think that was a map that Steam Happy Enjoyers ever expected to win, so they're now going to have a chance to get that point back with a first pick of their own. And they have quite a few options left as well, right? They have quite a few of the DTs left open, DTs 1, 3, and 4. And I think they could potentially go for Hard Rock as well. I do like potentially the Hard Rock 3 for them.
Yeah, I feel like DT1 might also be a good choice, but we have seen Team Joyous Monkey having incredibly good scores on a DT1. Maybe tapping is more a problem rather than the aim. So DT3 maybe might be a pretty good choice on here, but as you said, the Hard Rock 3 also a very good pick for them.
Yeah, I really like the DT3 as well, actually. That's a great shout, and fantastic prediction. They are going to go for the DT3, and I think they are just going to want to go into these tapping picks as much as possible. This is air 8 before DTs. It's going to be air 9.7. A little bit easier in terms of AR, but it is still air 9.7, so shouldn't pose too much of a challenge. And this really is going to be that kind of, you know, very bursty finger control DT at 284 BPM. And we are certainly going to be seeing Lucrece in for this one. I expect we should see Sherry Tori as well.
Yes, so many strong mechanics player in here, DT players. If you're at this rank, you usually can play these kind of speedier picks, these faster picks. Also, pretty much every team in a tournament is not bad on mechanics, but looking at how good the players from Steam Happy Hunters are on these mechanic picks, yeah, you have Sherry Tor and Lucrece, but you definitely cannot count out players like Hidayo or maybe Mendora or Cydros. All of these players being incredible, Cydros being on the side of Joyous Monkey. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a climb for Joyous Monkey. I think it might not be as harsh as the last map, but this can definitely also be quite the steamroll here.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think what we tend to see early on in a match like this, where the teams have very opposing skill sets, you know, Joyous Monkey's being incredibly strong on some of the low AR focus picks, Steam Happy Enjoyers being incredibly strong on the tapping, is at least in theory, we tend to get more decisive picks early on. And as teams run out of tapping, as the teams run out of low AR to pick into, then the maps start to get closer as they have to pick different skill sets. So I have a feeling we could see some more decisive maps early on here. But I think after the first few maps, we should be getting some close ones. And it looks like the players are ready. We've got that Pinguinzi, Zyfrost, Tofi, and Gaby in for Joyous Monkey up against Lucrece, Nanoli, Hadoya, and Reed Hormia in for looking to get the first point for Steam Happy Enjoyers. Here we go.
Yes, also again, a very short map. 2 minutes 5 actual playing time is less than 2 minutes, and we already see quite a few breaks on here.
Yeah, the entirety of Steam Happy Enjoyers have already missed. I think Reed Hormia missed the first node of the map, so in terms of score, that's not going to matter too much, but they've also dropped off full combos off the first 3. Tofi does find a slightly more important miss. The players of Steam Happy Enjoyers are recovering nicely, but this is where the misses are really going to start to matter, and it's Hidayo being traded back by Tofi, but Gaby follows it up with the next miss. So advantage to Steam Happy Enjoyers. They have the accuracy as well, and the score is going to go into their favor. But Hidayo keeps finding misses this time, traded back by 2 combos from Joyous Monkeys. Now Steam Happy Enjoyers have a chance to really run away with this, as they've got 3 big combos facing off against just Zyfrost. Nanolini does trade one back, but Steam Happy Enjoyers are going to be okay with that as Zyfrost finds a big drop, and now Steam Happy Enjoyers are off to the races.
Yeah, absolutely. Cydros with that very unfortunate miss there in this burst. All these 15 to 10 Circle bursts can really catch you off guard with this 284 BPM. Just, you know, you get a little bit slower and you are already so much behind in these kind of bursts. And yeah, we see a lot of combos dropping now. It's Lucrece versus Pinguinzi. But Lucrece having the higher combo in here, and overall the team accuracy slightly higher. No, I think it's pretty even on the accuracies, really.
Yeah, but the supporting combos from steamhappy and Joyers have dropped off, and if they continue to miss, Pinguinzi and Zeitfrost are going to start to match Lucrece, and Lucrece finds the miss now. Joyous Monkey has a chance to bring this one back. The score is going back over so quickly as Hidayo finds a miss as well, but Gaby dropping. So does Lucrece. The score flips back over as... Oh, but Pinguinzi finds a miss. It is anyone's game right now. Zeitfrost now with the highest combo. Tofi being matched by Reed Horia. And another miss by every miss matters right now, but it is all on Zeitfrost.
Yes, Zeitfrost has to hold, and he does. And yeah, that is a breakpoint early on it. The speed map. That is unexpected, but very strong from Team Blue here.
Yeah, really not what you want to see if your steamhappy enjoyers your first pick. The tapping maps are ones that you expected to win, and it's going to make this match a lot harder for them. Maybe give them a little bit less confidence to continue picking into tapping focused maps, and we'll see if they switch up their pick strategy for their next pick. But in the meantime, now Joyous Monkey's turn, and they have a chance to consolidate this breakpoint and push this to a 3-0 lead early on.
Yes, and I believe they still have a lot of picks they can go for. The hidden tree quite high are more aimy, but hidden is, I think, what is going to be the best for Team Joyous Monkey. They could go for maybe a no more tree, but looking at the matches previously and other no more trees, it's always a little bit of a coin toss. As you also previously said, a free mod might also not be a bad choice.
Yeah, I do think they still have each of the free mods open, and they have an incredibly strong free mod roster. Honestly, I do think they could pick any one of them. I mean, if I had to look at one, it would be the free mod too. But I do think any one of those three free mods would be very good for them. So, yeah, I mean, I think we're looking towards the free mods, towards the hiddens. Those are going to be their best bets, but even then, a no mod is less likely, but certainly still possible if they want to opt into something like an alt kind of focused pick.
Yeah, absolutely. Who again protected no mod 7?
I believe that was Joyous Monkey.
That might be a way, but we do see the frame of 1 pick on here. 199 BPM. Also, again, a very short map. I feel like they all just choose the shortest maps of the pool. Get it over with. Free easy rating, easy multiplayer of 3.5 or easy hidden 4.2. There is a good chance we are going to see extremities with the easy in here, and this can be brutal.
Yeah, and it is so cool to have the custom easy multipliers. It's something that's so hard to do well, but when it is very cool to incentivize the easy on maps like this, where you would almost never see the easy because it is just absolutely brutal to try and play easy on this. We may very well still just see the HD because despite the multiplier, it's an incredibly hard map to play easy with. And so, as you mentioned, unless we see extremities take it, which we might, it will likely just be the hiddens instead, as this one's quite a bit easier on the hidden. So it really depends if anyone has taken the time to grind this one on the easy.
Absolutely, you will have to practice this map if you want to play it with easy. You have to play it at least 10 times, I feel like, of how hard it is to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do see the players rolling in. Eventrix, Hideo, and Lucrece already on the side of steamhappy enjoyers. Joyous Monkey immediately sure of their roster, showing their confidence. They know who will play these kind of reaving picks or these kind of free mod picks as well. They immediately have their players for that. But steamhappy enjoyers still figuring out who's going to be the fourth player. Is this a show of weakness?
I mean, maybe just a little bit indecisive. You know, for the fourth player, sometimes you just have two players with very comparable scores. And they take a second to discuss, see how each one is feeling on the day to figure it out. Potentially they could have just no good fourth player, but I think there's also a chance they just have two fourth players that can put up decent scores, and are just trying to figure out which one they want to play. Now, for Joyous Monkey, my guess is that we're going to see Gaby on the hard rock, and you're going to see the other players running some combination of hidden and easy. My guess would be Koala, Yogspie, almost certainly on hidden, and then extremities, like you said, could be an easy. I think more likely a hidden. But a little more up in the air for steamhappy enjoyers. I could see quite a few mod combinations. I could see them potentially taking two hard rocks. But we'll find out in a moment as we're about to get into it.
Yes, and we do see the easy hidden.
Oh, wow.
That is incredible. 4.2 multiplayer. This could be brutal. But we see a double easy hidden?
Let's go.
That is incredible.
Yeah, that is confidence, and that's one of the advantages of having Yogspie and Extremities on your team, is they are some of the best reading players in the game, and they can do things like this. And with a 4x multiplier on both of them, if either one of them FCs, I don't think steamhappy enjoyers have any way of actually winning this one, but that means they will have to FC. This map is insanely difficult as Yogspie finds the miss, but so do Lucrease and Hideo. Gaby has dropped off as well. There goes Extremities now, so that easy hidden proving to be very tricky as Yogspie finds another miss. That does get traded back by Endura. So now it's going to be a Thantrix V2 on the hidden, facing off against Painted Koala and Gaby on a decent recovery as well. Lucrease finding another miss, and his misses all over the place for Extremities. With that 4x multiplier though, it is actually paying off quite nicely for now, because that score is actually going to be quite high after the multiplier. But we'll have to wait and see until the end when the other players have a chance to build up more combos. But for now, Joyous Monkey have a pretty big lead.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. As you said, there is this incredible lead, but I just want to take a second to appreciate how incredibly satisfying this map is to watch. It is so hard, hitting easy on it 2 times and playing it so well. Yeah, it shows us 110,000, 120,000, but it is in reality 500,000, 600,000 already for both of these players. So this is already a done deal. This is yeah, the 4.2 multiplayer, 4.3, I'm not even sure which one it is already, showing the strength and giving these players quite the easy way to win with this easy.
Yeah, that is also a monstrous hard rock score from Painted Koala. It does find the miss, but 600k on this map with hard rock is incredibly impressive. Not to mention the 4x multipliers, and with those, this map is going to be won by something like 2 million points, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like both these players might have just been one before, 2 before in here, I believe. But yeah, incredible stuff. But you really cannot count out the supporting the supporting scores from Painted Koala and Gaby. Both of these scores incredibly good in comparison to Team steamhappy enjoyers, and that is a 3-0. They're rolling and they're not slowing down.
They certainly are. Now, pressure is on steamhappy to find the right pick. They couldn't do it last time around. The GT2, the GT3, sorry, just did not work out for them. And most of the other tapping picks have been banned out. There isn't really, I don't believe, much raw speed left in the pool. They do still have some tapping picks. You know, you still have the stream map and a couple others, but I think they may stray away from that, and I think if you are steamhappy, now is the time to go for your protected pick, and there it is, the Nomad 7 comes through.
Yeah, Nomad 7, very out of the ordinary map, 152 BPM, again, a very short map, CS4, AR 9.4, looks on paper like a normal Nomad 3, but it absolutely is not. Custom Zong.
Yeah, I believe it's a little bit more rhythmic, finger control heavy map, and I think this is a really smart protect usage from steamhappy enjoyers. This is exactly when you want to use it, right? You don't need to get it out of the way at the start. It's almost like a panic button. So you're down 3-0. It's time to hit that panic button. reset the momentum a little bit and try and get a point back. Get yourselves on the board, because giving up 2 early breakpoints would just be absolutely devastating this early on.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, as some people pointed out already, there's some people who are quite confused about why steamhappy and Joyous have not been banning the free mods. And yeah, that is a very good question, but considering their other 2 bans were probably quite harsh for them as well. You can't ban all the maps, unfortunately, or fortunately. Um,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
yeah,
you know, it's easy to say. In theory, it makes sense. Like, yeah, just ban Fremont against this team. But unfortunately, there are, you know, other maps they kind of need to ban. That Hidden 2 being one that they can't afford to leave up. And then, again, the other one being Protected. And so you just can only ban out so many maps. And I'm sure if they had 2 more bans, they would have started to ban out those free mods. Unfortunately, not going to be the case this time around. You know, maybe next edition we'll have a tournament with like 7 bans per team, and the pool will be 30 maps large. It'll be great.
oh, that would be great, but it would be hell for all the poolers having so many maps. What are you gonna do? It's gonna be complaining and complaining. I wouldn't want to be a mapper in that kind of tournament. Everyone
For the
going
players,
lose their
imagine.
mind in the feedback channel.
Yeah, imagine having to practice 30 maps for a pool. All right, here we go into the rhythmic kind of almost swing map here. steamhappy Enjoyers. It is going to be Lucre's Cubics in for the first time this match, along with Athantrix and Reed Harimia, looking to get a point back. I think they need to win this one. If they drop another breakpoint here, it's going to be an almost insurmountable lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only being their own pick, but also their own protect. They must be feeling incredibly confident on it, and if they're not, then that's a big problem. If they lose this pick, I don't see any way for them to really get themselves together. At this point, what are you gonna do?
Unfortunately for them, it is going to be Reed Harimia with the first miss of the map, and not traded back by anyone on Joyous Monkey. The accuracy seems to be in favor of Joyous Monkey as well early on, as Ubix is down at 92, Reed Harimia is down at 92 as well. Even if Thantrix down at 94, so that accuracy could become a big factor if we don't start to see some more misses coming through for Joyous Monkey, but they're looking incredibly strong on this pick. There goes the first miss from Joyous Monkey, unfortunately traded back by 3 from steamhappy Enjoyers. Absolute disasters. Now it's Lucrez taking on the world. It is Lucrez fighting to keep them in this one, but that score lead is absolutely ballooning, getting very out of control very quickly. There goes Lucrez. That was the one combo you could not afford to drop, and this might be another breakpoint for Joyous Monkey on the protected pick of steamhappy Enjoyers.
Yes, and it is a very interesting protect considering how strong Joyous Monkey is on kind of like low BPM, probably reading and any type of map like that. And yeah, Team Red, Team Happy and Joyous kind of falling apart completely on this. And we see Extremities, Painted Koala, both of these players still FCing, I believe. Painted Koala is now eventually dropping, pretty much everyone dropping at this point, but damage already done, 664 score difference. Also the accuracy is looking definitely better on Team Joyous Monkey, and losing your own protect by almost 700,000. I mean, what are you gonna do at this point? And that's brutal. That is so brutal.
Yeah, Painted Koala and Extremities, nearly enough scores to 1v2 on that one. Short by about 100,000. Incredibly strong performances from both of those. Lucrez as well put up a decent score, but again, matched by Zyfrost on the side of Joyous Monkeys, not going to be nearly enough. And now, Joyous Monkeys, they're up by 4 points. They have 2 free mod picks open. They've got free mod 2, they've got free mod 3. They even have the Hiddens 1 and 3. And it's looking pretty dire for steamhappy Enjoyers. I think that needed to be the start of the comeback right there. And if you're not able to win your own protected pick, it's going to be really, really tough to find another pick to get a good point off of Joyous Monkey. But they're not officially out of it yet. We have seen big comebacks before. Potentially could see it here.
Yeah, absolutely. Considering how well they did on the Fremont one, I would not be surprised for them to pick the Fremont 3 just for the sake of it, just because it has these easy multipliers of 3.8 or even an easy hidden multiplier of 5. It could be very much possible for them to pick. But as you said, the hidden one or the hidden 3 are also very good picks. For them. Probably the hidden 3 more than the hidden 1, considering the hidden 1 is 252 BPM.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Fremont 3 is really brutal on easy as well, hence the 3.8 multiplier. So, uh, knowing Yogspy and Extremities, it's very possible they've also just grinded that map with the easy hidden or something. But I would be slightly surprised if they grinded the entire Fremont pool with the hidden easy, although I wouldn't put it past them.
Yes. And it is the DT1.
Yeah, this is something I think you called out as potentially a good pick for them at the start of this match.
Yes.
So good shout there. And like you said, on the tapping, maybe they struggle a little bit more, but they have looked very good on DT aim. They have a lot of players that are very consistent on this kind of pick. Then it does come down to the aim consistency. But steamhappy Enjoyers should have some solid players on a map like this as well. And especially looking to Luke Cruz as somebody who should be able to put up a very strong score on a pick like this. So I think this is one that steamhappy Enjoyers could at the very least contest, as Zeitfrost should be back in for Joyous Monkey here.
Yes, absolutely. Considering how far they're already ahead, they can just pick it for the sake of it. They seem to be very confident. In the last round, last week, with the other DT1, Team Joyous Monkey was crushing it. They were absolutely first place, not even close first place on the DT1 stats. So, absolutely to be expected that they do play well. Although I did not expect them to pick it, I'm not surprised as well, though.
Yeah, I agree. Not necessarily the pick I was expecting, but it does make a lot of sense. And looks like we're going to be seeing Misery in for the first time this match. And Painted Koala back in makes a lot of sense here. It seems like the rosters are locked. This is a bit of a longer pick compared to what we've seen so far in this match.
Yes, the map is
It's 229 after
yeah,
BT,
it is
so
it's pretty short again. Yeah, 229. So not that long either. They really don't like these long picks.
And I want to keep an eye on Painted Koala in that bottom right corner. Has been putting up some very impressive scores all match long. Looking to do so again here and bringing Joyous Monkeys one match closer to the grand final, of course. After this one, they will still have to win one more finals match to make it to grand finals, but every step closer does help a little bit, as Tofi has not loaded in, and we'll see if it's just a client issue or whether an abort is needed shortly. Hopefully we can get that started, but the rest of the players are into the map, and they should all look pretty strong early on. Lucrease with an early miss. Not the players expecting to find an early miss on this pick.
Yeah, but we definitely do see already, even without Tofi, or it's interesting. The scores do look to be very much on the blue side, but Tofi does not show up. That's very interesting. But yeah, we do have blue leading here, slightly going towards the red side though. Not really, not moving at all. Sidefrost still holding the FC to go with Painted Koala. Penguinsy having a break, another one in here, traded by QBX, and it is Sidefrost versus Nanolini.
Yeah, that's going to be the battle here. The big question is, what is the combo on Tofi? Doesn't seem like there is much combo on Tofi because that score lead is shrinking rapidly, and that is going towards steamhappy Enjoyers very, very quickly. And so right now the score bar does correctly show Tofi's score. Unfortunately, we just can't see the gameplay. So the score is accurate, and Nanolini hits that pattern. Zeitfrost does as well though, and it is anyone's game still, but it is Misery on that strong supporting combo up at 450. Lucas and Quivix are on good supporting combos as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Accuracy is slightly in favor on Team Joyous Monkey, and with the 2 breaks on the red side, on the side of Team Happy and Joyous, it is open again. The score is going towards the blue side, but Side Frost breaking is definitely not helping you out. But fortunately, it was traded back by Nanolini, so all of these FCs gone. The entirety of Team Red now falling apart. No combos left, but the score still going towards the red side. So, yeah, it is a score difference of 100,000, but is there enough time left?
Yeah, we actually don't 100% know the score from Tofi. Apparently that's this previous map's score. So it is potentially incredibly close, but we'll see as it shows up in the MP link here. And it is going to be a win for Joyous Monkey by about 200,000. Tofi putting up about 440,000 points. So Zyfrost doing more than enough there with the 800k score. Nanolini doing a very impressive job to match, but it was just Joyous Monkey with a slightly better performance as a whole. And they're going to be 2 maps away from winning this match. Steam Happy Enjoyers, unfortunately, yet to find the point, and they do have the next pick, but they haven't won the DT3. They couldn't win their protected pick. Florian, where do they go from here?
Yeah, they have to bang on the speed. I'm not really sure at this point what they're gonna do. There is still maybe the Noma 2. Okay, it was already a Noma 2 pick from Team Red here. So they do still go on towards the tapping. That is to be expected. On paper, they look like they're the better tapping team, but we have already seen the DT3. They are favored, but I'm just not that confident anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of how these matches go. I think it's hard to be confident when you've given up 2 break points, but I really do still think tapping is the best option for this team. If there is anything they're going to be able to take over Joyous Monkey, it would be the tapping. This one is, of course, just going to be 210 BPM streams, a little bit more stamina focused, and I believe the streams are somewhat in control focus on this pick, correct me if I'm wrong. But we are going to be seeing Gaby back in for this one. I imagine Steam Happy are going to have largely the same roster, and Dura coming in.
Yes, absolutely. Not only Lucrece, Hidayo, and Endura gonna be playing this map 3 minutes 30 almost long. OD 9.6 also quite high OD, so you can definitely see some bigger accuracy drops if you do a slight mistake on this map. So it's gonna be interesting to see star rating also be quite on the high side. 7.54, one of the highest star rating in the entire pool.
Yeah, there's a lot of combo to be gained in this map if you can hold on to it. So I think unless we see some, absurd like 4 or 5% accuracy differences, the accuracy shouldn't be too much of a factor in this match. But like you said, if there's a player that does run out of stamina towards the end, we could potentially see them dropping that 4 or 5% accuracy if they're missing a couple streams. So here we go. Good luck. Have funs in the chat, as this is going to be the most important pick of this match for Steam Happy. If they win this one, they are going to be on match point up against Joyous Monkey's pick. This time, at least even this time, 2 players not loading in, and I think that was Boncho. I don't think all 3 Joyous Monkey players missed the start of the map, and so as the players load in, we'll see the combos get corrected, we'll see the scores get corrected, and it looks like as things shake out, it's going to be 3 early misses for Steam Happy Enjoyers, just 1 early miss for Joyous Monkey on Zyfrost, so already Joyous Monkey's off to a very good start, as it's going to be 1 FC to Tofi and Penguinzy did miss the first 20 notes, but they're not going to be too far behind, and they're going to be close enough to, well, they should start building this score lead, but it looks like the accuracy for Steam Happy is going to keep them in the lead for now.
Yes, Sidro starting out with a 90% accuracy, definitely not helping out here. but the longer the map goes, he can build this back up easily. But there was a little bit of a cursor jump on the screen here. It looked a little scary, but looking a lot more confident now. But as you said, the accuracies on the red side is being a lot stronger. Hey Dio, with the highest accuracy missing though. Snapping one node stopping the one node too early on this stream. Definitely not good. And now another miss from Nanolini. Traded back by Tofi, but the chain miss from Nanolini also dropping in, costing him quite a bit of accuracy. Lucre's also dropping it. Now it's going towards the favor of blue.
Yeah, it's only Endura here holding for steamhappy enjoyers, and they are definitely still in this one as long as Endura can hold, but trying to fend off the big combos from Joyous Monkey. There goes Gaby. That's one big combo down. There's two. Zyfrost drops as well. And Endura just needs to hold on through one more combo, but we still need to see the drop from Penguin Z, and there it is. That's 3 combos, and Endura is still holding strong. The score lead is going to go back over as long as Endura can hold. Nanolini and Lucrez are both on very good recovery combos. The combo is completely gone from Joyous Monkey as Gaby continues to find misses, and can Endura hit this last pattern here? And absolutely nails that slightly more space stream, and things are looking very good for steamhappy enjoyers.
Yeah, absolutely. 210 BPM, low aim, with spacing included, so that is incredibly hard to hit. And then you see it on the OD, we have a few drops on these accuracies, but all these players trying their best to hold strong. Every player having a 300,000 except Tofi, and that is really the problem for Team Joyous Monkey. I feel like having this 4th player for the Nomad 2. And we see already steamhappy and Joyous definitely a very strong tapping team, but with this early breakpoint on the DT3, it's I don't know if that's enough. They do have, like, they're on the way to take their first point. 500,000 scored, 1,000 score difference. I think they're pretty in it already, so taking their first point. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. There's still a chance, but it's gonna be a climb.
Yep, it certainly will be, but at the very least, steamhappy enjoyers are not ready to go home without a fight, as they win that one in decisive fashion. And there are still angles for them back into this one. They do, of course, need at least 2 breakpoints in this match. Winning your own picks is no longer enough for them, but they do still have at least 1 more pick. So something to look forward to there. In the meantime, Joyous Monkeys are going to have a pick of their own, and this is going to be their best chance to put this one to match point, as they still have quite a few maps open that we've been looking at.
Yeah, Lucrez with the 4 miss. That is so much lower than anyone else. We see 44 misses, 14, 13 as their best miss cons, and Lucrez just sitting there with a 4 miss. Not getting that much score, unfortunately, due to the to a lot of slider break, it seems like, but definitely could have done a lot more if she was just a little bit luckier here.
This is the problem we've kind of run into. I think steamhappy really needed to win their own picks, because Joyous Monkeys, they still have something like the free mod 2, and I don't think the hiddens are quite as good as the free mods for them. But if for some reason they don't have a full roster that they can put up confidently on either one of those free mod picks, they could easily opt into the hiddens instead. And honestly, if for some reason they don't want the hiddens, maybe something like a Nomad 3, although I think that's a fair bit less likely.
Yeah, Nomad 3 I think is a little bit of a coin toss. Interestingly, in Nomad 4, I feel like at DT4 might have also been it being on the higher AR side and 300 BPM, so ulti as well. But we do see the Nomad 4 shows up as a 5.7 stars, but you know, in Nomad 4, the star rating does not matter. The harder the map, it feels like the lower the star rating, and this is going to be extremely interesting to watch.
Yeah, Intertwined going to be your slider tech pick.
Yes, and just from the sound of the map, you already can hear all these sliders going through your screen, banking on catching you off guard. Also one of the shorter maps, 2 minutes 20, 2 minutes 22 actual play time, 2 minutes 40, including the drain time. Um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this one's gonna go.
Yeah, I imagine we're going to see largely similar rosters for both teams, at least for the main players. We see Paniquella and Zyfrost coming back in, along with Yolks Pie, no surprise there. For Steam Happy enjoyers, they've got an empty lobby right now, but I have to imagine we're going to be seeing Nanolini back in. We're going to be seeing, I imagine, Lucrez. It looks like potentially Tony Tootin making their first appearance for Joyous Monkeys. But in terms of other two players for Steam Happy, they definitely have a few options. My guess would be Hideo potentially, and maybe a Thantrix as well. Looks like I might be completely off though, as we see Hideo and Krabby jumping into the lobby.
Yeah, but it
Um,
does seem like Sherry Tori is not gonna be here this match. We haven't seen him in a single map yet, so I don't think it's gonna be him that shows up. But yeah, as you said, Ethan Tricks V2 definitely being very favored on this, but unfortunately not here either. Not playing this map.
yeah, Sherry Tori almost certainly just unavailable because I think Sherry Tori would have been in for quite a number of these maps so far were they available. But the four for Steam Happy enjoyers: Lucrez, Hideo, Krabby, Reed, Harimia, and the break point. They need two of them, and realistically, it probably needs to happen now. Don't want to let Joyous Monkeys get to match point with only 1 point of your own. But Yolks Pie, Paniquala, Zyfrost, and Tony too. Really looking to put this one to rest on the No Mod 4. 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and they could very well be on match point. Here we go.
Yeah, considering how well Painted Koala, Cypher, and Yolkspy have been playing, and Tony too coming in for this map. Map starting out a little bit slower, but catching up very quickly. Gonna be interesting to see. Early on, you need to hold these combos to get the score out of this map. And yeah, it seems like everyone easily can do this. So
Yep.
we'll get into these sliders, and we see the first breaks from Lucre's side. Not a good moment to break as one of the main carries. But yeah, no trades from the blue side, and now two more breaks from the red side, only traded, but side frost. This is a really looking dangerous territory.
That's all four FCs gone from Steam Happy. It's still 3 for Joyous Monkeys, and unfortunately, this is looking like, well, unfortunately for Steam Happy, this is looking like a very solid pick for Joyous Monkeys already, as there is just nothing Steam Happy can do on this one. They are falling apart just a little bit. Lucrece is on some recovery. Not anymore. I'm so sorry, Lucrece. Tony does trade it back, but Paniquala as well. So there is an angle back into it, maybe, but Yolks Pie is still holding the full combo, and there's just not much recovery on Steam Happy. Joyous Monkey have double their score now, and we're halfway into the map, and honestly, unless Yolks Pie doesn't misses in the next probably 15 seconds, this one is going to be over.
Yeah, this is incredibly hard to come back from already a 600,000 score difference. And they would need to, all of them would need to hold their score as well. Team Blue would have to fall apart, being 2/3 already past the map. Not much time, very short map, as we previously stated. There's just not much they can do, and the score difference only gets larger. This is looking brutal, even with players like Lucrece. I don't think they would have any chance on this type of map.
Nope.
I mean,
And evidently they don't, as the score lead has reached 1 million points. And Joyous Monkey, they're going to be on match point.
yes, very strong performance here from York's Pie, but also Tony too. You cannot count this guy out. Also incredible score of 230,000. Didn't see him much this round, but when he showed up, he showed that he can do this. That's incredible.
Yeah, and that's a full combo from Yokes. Not quite a full combo, actually. It looks like... I think it was a full combo. Is there a slider
Uh,
rake at the start? Or...
maybe some missed slider ends. That could be it.
Yeah, most likely just... I think it is a full combo with some missed slider ends, just that 95% accuracy. bringing that down. But yeah, 3 S ranks on a map like this is just an insanely strong team performance from Joyous Monkey. Steamhappy enjoyers, they do have one more pick. They were finally able to get one back on the Nomad 2, but do they really have many good tapping options left?
Yes, this is quite a danger territory. What are they gonna do? They can maybe now it's time for maybe a Nomad one. Throw the coin, hope for the best. Hidden one might be possible for them considering it is higher BPM. It is 252 BPM, but we have already seen the DT1 previously.
Yeah, it's hard rock
It's
2 as well.
dangerous. Power 2 could be it. Could possibly be it, but it is a Nomad 3. Just a coin toss, it seems like a Nomad 1, like we've seen in previous rounds. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, 150 BPM. This will be, of course, it's a classic Nomon 3, an alt pick. And this is one that I expect Joyous Monkey to look quite strong on, so I can't say I'm super confident in this pick for steamhappy, but of course they know their scores better than we do, so I have to imagine they have at least decent scores on the map.
Yeah, and looking at the chat, it was either this or Nomad 1 as expected. They need to throw the coins here. They need to gamble here a little bit, because I feel like they just ran out of picks.
Yeah, players not wanting to play the Nomad one. It tends to be an unpopular slot.
Yes.
A lot of times players don't want to play the longer in maps.
It is not even that long. It is just 3 minutes 18, but Nomad 3 being even longer, 3 minutes 34. I think it's the longest map we've seen in this match today.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of 2-minute maps so far.
Yes. Maybe the client is not switching map. Hama, maybe you have to restart the streamer, the spectator clients if it's not loading. Quite possibly. So the streamer has to reload the spectator clients since the Nomad 3 is not being loaded at the moment, possibly because it's being updated, or just the spectator clients acting up. It's not the first time they've done this, so no surprise. But we will be back any moment with that.
Yeah, they are still getting their rosters sorted, so not missing any of the actual map. But you see a couple of the players mentioning at they can generally get about 1K combos, so I think we can potentially be looking towards that 1K combo mark on this map as a big breakpoint for some of these players if they are still holding big combos at that point in the map. And looks like players are just about ready to get into this map.
Yes, and we did get the information internally that the map did get updated. The Nomad 3 did get updated, considering that the hit sounds were very low. People were complaining about that a lot, so they did in the last minute update the map towards higher hit sounds, which kind of messed with the spectator client down here. Very unfortunate, but we will be back at it just any moment.
Yep, will take just a moment. Yeah, it was updated 2 days ago. So
Okay, so
we'll
it's
have to
already
see.
been for a bit, but yeah. All right,
Yeah, I
the
think
match has started already.
it has. And some players are clicking circles, the other players are trying to click circles and not succeeding. And one of the teams has clicked more circles than the other team and are currently in the lead. Here we go. We have a
Yes.
map, and as we let Boncho catch up, it looks like Joyous Monkey are off to a lead of about 100,000 points. And it's Yolks Pie on a massive combo. Not anymore. Yolks Pie finds a big drop, drops a ton of accuracy as well. Now it's the combo advantage to steamhappy, but they don't really have a massive combo to make a comeback with, being matched by Penguinzy. And that score lead is going to shrink slowly, but not going to be fast enough unless we see another miss from Joyous Monkey. There's still 2/3 of the map to be played, lots of combo to be made up here, and lots of pressure on all 4 of the players from steamhappy to hold on to these combos through the next KI section that's coming up very shortly after this slow section.
Yeah, as you said, it's shrinking extremely slowly, but as long as it's shrinking, it's good for them, and the combos are building up. Breaks now from Lucrece, Road, Torimia, traded by Cytros, but that's 2 versus 1. So the score going back towards the blue team, towards Joyous Monkey, and that is getting dangerous. More than half of the map is over. Painted Koala dropping now. Ethan Trick still holding the combos together with QBX versus Penguin and Yolkspie, but the combo is a little bit higher on the red side. Never mind, both of the combos on the red side are breaking. No big combos on the red side left anymore, and blue still has them. Joyous Monkey here with Penguinzy and Yolkspie. Yolkspie breaking, but Penguinzy alone already helping them out, furthering their advantage here.
Yeah, it all falls apart for steamhappy enjoyers on that section, and with Penguinzy still holding strong at about 850 combo, that score lead now increasing to about 100,000. This one might be it for steamhappy enjoyers. They are going to need a miracle to make the comeback with only a quarter of the map to go.
Yes, and I believe Bancho is not holding up. Bancho also getting very stressed out here. But
Banter
yeah.
just doesn't want us to go, you know? Mancho gets lonely too sometimes.
Yeah, surely at the end of the match, it really does not want to do this anymore. But we are getting a panic button. Um, Map is nearly over, and that is a score difference of 200,000. Yeah, that is a nearly a sweep on here. Only 1 point for steamhappy and Joyous. They will have, unfortunately, to leave this tournament. They did fight very strongly, dropped out of the winner bracket down to the loser bracket last round, I believe. And yeah, Joyous Monkey continuing their loser bracket run, trying the West to win the entire tournament. Maybe with just a slip at the beginning and just coming out now. But yeah, that was a very exciting match.
Yeah, and a very impressive losers record run it has been. You know, they had some very close calls, going to tiebreaker against Arsenal just last round, but this one looking a lot more decisive for them. They're going to be a scary team to go up against in the next round of finals. They will play the winner of Let's Stop Joking Around versus 3 Grillian Doc Bucks. That match will, of course, be happening later. But our next match is going to be 18 UTC, so that is about 2 hours from now. And it's going to be that aforementioned match between Girly and Darkbucks, and Let's Stop Joking Around to find out who will be playing Joyous Monkeys for that last grand final spot. A huge congratulations to Joyous Monkeys. Florian, did you have anything else to close this one out?
Yeah, I think everything has been said that needs to be said. As you said, it's incredible performances on here from all the players and their teams, and them really playing well together. Very unfortunate that Cherry Tori could not show up for their team, but sometimes you just cannot make it, and yeah. It was very exciting to watch. So thank you very much also for commentating with us, and also thank you so much for Hammer for streaming the match. And yeah, any last words?
Yeah, that's going to be it for us. Stay tuned. 2 hours from now, 18 UTC match. That one is going to be a banger. And last but not least, thank you guys all so much for watching. We appreciate your support and your viewership. We'll see you all in a few hours. Take care.